Okay, respected Dean of the Faculty, Wakil-Wakil Dekan, Head of English Education Department, and yet Chair of ICONELT 2022, Ibu Dr. Rizka Safriani, esteemed keynote speakers who may be joining this session, committed committee members, pleasant day to everyone. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, I am also introduced by Mas Akil. My name is Ramiza Darmi. I'm still a senior lecturer with the English department at the Faculty of Modern Languages and Communication, and I am attached with University Putra Malaysia. Okay, University Putra Malaysia, you can see the sign, we love UPM. Okay, UPM is the acronym for University Putra Malaysia. In Malaysia, there are 5 research universities. So UPM is one of the 5. Okay, so the other 4 are University Malaya, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, University Teknologi Malaysia, and the other one is University Science Malaysia. Okay, but we are all the public universities in Malaysia, and we are among the old universities. Okay. So also, as Mr. Akil just mentioned, I am still new. I only joined in 2015 at the faculty. Before that, I was the English teacher at one of the centers, also at the same university. Okay. So inshallah today I'll be sharing my experience. Okay, I am not teaching. As I say, I'm new, but because I love innovation, and also for my PhD study, it was also innovation. But that was in 2011. That was the rise of mobile phones. So my study was only using the mobile phone to enhance English language learning. So from there, I gradually move together with the technology. Okay, so that's why I said I am new, because as what we have also listened from Pak Jati earlier, technology is very fast growing. So I am not expert in the technology, but I try to explore whatever technologies that I can use in my teaching. Okay, so at the English department, I teach English language, but my students are not teachers. So I am made to understand you are all the future teachers. Maybe, okay, most of you are already the lecturers, docents, yeah? At UIN, Sunan Ampel, or maybe other universities. But for me, I belong to the English department, but my students are the English language learners. Okay, English language learners. Therefore, my supervision cover both English language learning as well as English language learners. Okay, so not focusing on English language teachers. Okay, but we have similarity except the pedagogy part, right? So inshallah today I'll be sharing this title, Innovation in Language Teaching, Possibility and Opportunity. Okay, let me brief you the keyword for the title, which are possibility and opportunity. Okay, first is possibility. Why possibility? Because later you will see those innovations that I have tried myself, or my research team and me have tried in our research. Okay, so that means they have been possible. Okay, and apart from possible, I will also share the challenges that we have encountered, the challenges that our students have encountered. Okay, but my title is not challenges, because to me, as lecturers, come researchers. Do you all agree? Mas Akil, do you agree? All right. We are lecturers as well as researchers. So these challenges for researchers, we can transform into opportunity. So that's why my title is only on the possibility and opportunity. You will listen, you will hear the comments, the challenges that we as well as my students have encountered. So from there, I hope I can give you an overview. What are the opportunities that we as researchers can go into and then do our research and explore and how to overcome these challenges. So these challenges can be converted into opportunity. All right, so next slide. Do I control from here? Okay, all right. So I also would like to thank the organizing committee of ICONELT 2022 for inviting me to this third international conference. Congratulations to the committee also for the success of this conference on this second day, which is the last day. Okay. All right. So first, let's have a look at this, what we call the phrase by Albert Einstein. Okay. Any of you have come across this quote? Who has not come over this quote? Can you raise your hand? Who hasn't come over? This is your first time seeing it. Okay, no worries. You can always get this quote from open source. Okay, but I like this quote, and I'm not sure if you all agree with me. The quote says, "Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think." Right. As docents or lecturers or educators who do not agree with this quote. Okay, as docents or lecturers, do we teach for our students to memorize facts? Is that what we want? Okay, maybe in the olden days it used to be, maybe. But with technology, it is not true anymore. It is not relevant. Okay? So with technology, what docents need to do is our role has changed. We have become facilitators. Okay? We are no longer lecturers. Even on paper, our position is lecturer, but actually in class, with technology, we are supposed to facilitate our students. Facilitate. So, facilitator means it is our job to make or to train our students to use their mind to think, how to get solutions, how to do problem solving. Okay, but not to memorize facts. Not like last time or when I was, in the primary school, 1 × 1 = 1, 1 × 2 = 2. That was memorization, but no longer relevant. Okay, we will see why it is no longer relevant. Okay, anyone doesn't agree with this quote? Okay, if you don't, you can come up with your own quote. Think of a quote and then you post it and see, okay, all right, see who is with you or who is against you. Okay. Okay. So let's have a look at this slide. Okay. This slide is showing the 3 different generations. Sorry. How do I go back? Okay. Is that pointer? It's not showing. Okay, here. Oh, okay, because it's very light, so you cannot see the flash, yeah? Okay, never mind. From this slide, what we can see is that there are 3 different generations. So, for us in this room, all right, you can raise your hand, raise high or raise low. Anyone belong to this first group, baby boomers? Okay, no worries. Anyone belongs to Gen X, born between 1963 to 1980? Okay, maybe us, all right? And what about millennials? Anyone? Majority. Okay, yes, sir. Okay, thank you, Pak. All right, so in class, okay? Okay, sorry about the dress code. Okay, in class, well, in my class, what I observe, my students belong to the millennials. Me and my colleagues belong to the Gen X. But my colleagues who belong to baby boomers, they are about to retire. Because in Malaysia, the compulsory retirement age is 60. That is born before 1963. So a few of my colleagues, they have about 1 to 2 years or less than 3 years to retire. After they retire, on campus, there will be us, only the Gen X and the millennials. Okay, so that is the composition of the learners. All right? Therefore, if you have a look at the strengths and weaknesses on top, okay, these are the characteristics of these three generations. The most tech-savvy is the blue one, the millennials. So, as teachers or as docents, do we want to give lecture? Can we still give lecture? Well, in Malaysia, 50-minute lecture. If it is 1 hour class, 50-minute lecture. Maybe you'll be lecturing to the seats only. Okay, that is what happened. When I have my students who are millennials, I have to use technology. I have to integrate technology. Maybe 10 to 15 minutes only lecture or giving input, okay, Mas Akil? And then the rest, I get them to participate or use technology. Okay, so this is what I will share later or show you what I've used. I have not explored a lot as what Pak Jati have shared, okay, but I am so, I can't wait to explore them. So many, okay, but so many apps that I can use, so I'm so excited to explore them. But what you will see today are only a few that I have used in my class. So, Gen X, who are that is me and my colleagues, we have to be abreast with the technology. We have to learn the technology. During the COVID-19 that hit Malaysia hit the world in 2020, okay, suddenly lockdown, no entrance to campus. So trainings were conducted, but online, using Zoom, using Google Meet or whatever apps. So we are not the millennials, but we still have to attend the training sessions because we need to know the technology, how we can use technology in class. Why? Because our students are millennials and we are the Generation Z. A few of my colleagues are baby boomers. We have to equip ourselves with technology. That means we have to be tech savvy in order to tackle our students. Okay, that is the scenario. All right? What happened? Okay. All right. And then what else are the characteristics of the millennials? If you can see from the slide, apart from tech savvy, the highest among them, no more. Executive presence very low, generating revenue also low, the rest low. For Generation X, the high characteristics for us are collaboration, okay, problem solving, relationship building, and generating revenue. So the blue are for the characteristics that apply to baby boomers, okay. However, when I say my students, majority are the millennials, I do have my students also who are from Gen Z. These are what we call the matured students, or usually the postgraduate students, okay? A few of them are from that generation. So, when I have these students in class, I must make sure that the Gen X work together with the millennials. They must work together with the millennials. They may have inferiority complex, not very tech savvy as the millennials, but when it comes to group work, they have to work with the millennials. Okay, so that is the situation or the composition of my students. Okay, Majority from millennials, a few from the Gen X, especially for the postgraduate students or for part-time students. Okay, matured students who are already working, but they decide to come back to continue their study. Okay, so what we can see here also, what can we say about the millennials? They are so revolutionized by technology. Millennials, do you all agree? I'm sure at UIN, here also, most of you are the millennials. Okay, you are more hands-on and involved directly in the language process, in the language learning. You are involved, okay? But you need more hands-on. You cannot be listening like what I'm doing now. Okay, you may not be, you cannot focus that long. It's like 8 seconds, and then that's it, okay? And then we will go back, we will go to social media. That is the situation, okay? So don't worry, okay? I'm not accusing anyone, but I have to admit that's the fact. And then, so when it comes to teaching, I'm sure the other, Mas Akil also must think of different approaches to tackle our students. Okay, what else are the characteristics of these millennials? Okay, these millennials. Okay, who are millennials? Can you raise your hand? Ibu? Okay. Do you enjoy group discussion, Ibu? Ibu, raise your hand. Do you enjoy your group discussion? Okay, good. Okay, one of the masks from here, this row. Okay, maybe you, the one on the left there, wearing the batik. Okay, are you active collaborators? Yes, are you active collaborators? When you get into group, do you tend to be passive or do you contribute? Contribute? Okay.
Bukan opa, tapi opa pinipin. Opa.
I contribute.
Okay. A little or a lot?
Of course, a lot.
A lot. Why? Why do you contribute?
Because I want to know more about the discussion, so I can provide my opinion,
Okay.
something like that.
Apart from that, why? Why do you contribute? What do you want to achieve at the end of the day? What do you want to achieve?
So because I want to gain knowledge from that discussion.
Okay, okay, thank you, Mas. Okay, maybe also because you want to complete the assignment. All right, you are given the description what you have to do, so you want to help your group members, so you want to achieve or you want to get the assignment done. Okay, you want to complete the assignment. Okay, so thank you, Mas Akil. Okay, so the millennials, they enjoy group discussion. They are highly interactive in the learning environment. They collaborate actively, but they don't really like learning in the classroom. They like different environment. So that's why also in Malaysia, there are a few universities who managed to secure grant. They come up with the smart learning class, smart classroom they call it, smart classroom. Okay, a few at my university there's one smart classroom that belongs to the Faculty of Education. Okay, Faculty of Education. They managed to secure grant. So one classroom is already smart classroom. Okay, there's one or two at UKM. There's also one in UM. So you can Google and check smart classroom at these different universities, and then you can see how the classroom is. Okay, I fancy it. There are many smart whiteboards covering the wall, and the chairs not seated like this. Okay, but they're smart. They meet the needs of the millennials. Okay, the colors are attractive, colorful, make you want to be in that room. So these are the smart classrooms, a few of the smart classrooms in Malaysia. Also millennials, they prefer to be integrated in the learning process. Okay, so we move on. Oh, sorry. not moving.
Committee, please.
Next slide.
Operator.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so here, this is according to the World Economic Forum. Okay, World Economic Forum that has come up with the top 10 skills of 2025 among graduates. Okay, you can refer to the text, okay, available online, World Economic Forum. So these are the top 10, and they are categorized into these 4 skills. Okay, so there are 4 skills: the blue, problem solving; the green, is that green? Self-management; the brown is working with people; and the last color, which is sort of black, technology use and development. If you have a look at the top 10 skills which are in blue, there are 5 blues. That means problem solving, that is a type of a skill, is the most dominant one. Most dominant skill that graduates should have. Okay, so you can see from the list what fall under problem solving. Okay, self-management, there are only 2, which include active learning and learning strategies. This is where I mentioned earlier, collaboration, your participation, that's active learning. And then the second one is resilience, stress tolerance, and flexibility. Working with people is only 1, the brown one, that is leadership and social influence. Okay, we still want graduates to have leadership skill. Okay, leadership skill, but now have addition is social influence. Okay, and finally technology use and development. So these characteristics are foregrounded in the World Economic Forum. Okay. Let's see if I can move to the next slide. Okay, so the next 2 slides, I am sharing the what we call Malaysia Education Blueprint 2013 and 2025, until 2025. This is the context in Malaysia. Okay, context in Malaysia. This blueprint is also available online. If you like to know, the PDF form is available online, but more than hundreds pages. Okay, it's a blueprint. So this blueprint is actually considering the global trends. Okay, considering the global trends. So the global trends, we go back to the 10 top skills that you have seen earlier. And the aim is to become a higher impact nation, to make students or Malaysians to have higher impact. And Malaysia Ministry of Education, this belongs to the Ministry of Education, okay, has produced this long-term strategic plan. It is a long-term strategic plan from 2013 until 2025. Now it's 2022. So whatever is addressed in this blueprint, we have like 3 more years to achieve. Okay. So the objective of this strategic plan, is to transform the higher education, and it is a comprehensive plan, for a sustainable transformation to the Malaysian education system. Okay. Okay, I don't have the, the waves. So here is the wave. I forgot to copy paste. So down here, it shows the 3 waves that means our phases to achieve that 2025. So these 5, the 1, access, quality, equity, unity, and efficiency, refer to the system aspiration, 5 system aspirations for the Malaysian education system. Okay. And then finally is the 6. Okay, what do I call the 6? There's a name for it. Let me check so that I don't give you the wrong information. So the 6 are what we call the attributes of students. so that they will become globally competitive. Okay, and this is aligned with the national education philosophy. Okay, so what are the 6 attributes? One is knowledge. Okay, one is knowledge. Second, bilingual proficiency. Bilingual. That means they need to be proficient in Bahasa Melayu and English. And then thinking skills. 4th is ethics and spirituality. 5, if you can see, leadership skill. It echoes what the World Economic Forum just now line, right? There is also leadership skill. And finally, national identity. National identity. So, we aspire our graduates to be globally competitive by having these attributes. So, inshallah, when our graduates have this, our graduates or our students have these attributes, they are ready and they can be globally competitive. All right. Next is the wheel. Wheel. Okay, this is the wheel. This wheel shows the 10 main shifts, and they are initiatives to achieve the aim of the Malaysian Blueprint by 2025. Okay, there are 10 what we call shifts, which are divided into 2 categories. The first category is what we call enablers. From 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they are enablers. So the enablers include empowered, I cannot read the word down there. Governance. Yes, thank you, Mas. Empowered governance. 7, innovation ecosystem, global prominence 8, globalized online learning. See, online learning is there. And then transform higher education delivery. So these enablers are the key components to achieve these outcomes. The outcomes are from 1 to 5. Okay, so I repeat, the enablers from shift 6 until shift 10, okay, are the components to achieve the outcomes from shift 1 until shift 5. Okay, so from earlier, from when I began until now, these are the justification for innovation. Why we must do innovation in language teaching and learning. In teaching and learning, but specifically English language. Okay, justify. Okay, so now we go to the word innovation. All right, so earlier was my justification of innovation. Now let's have a look at the word innovation. Okay, innovation are these. They can be new, innovation. Okay, the word innovation can be new, can be changes. According to Cambridge Online Dictionary, to innovate is to introduce changes, and also new ideas. New ideas, okay, right? That is innovation. But who thinks that innovation must use technology? To innovate, must you use technology? Who says yes? Raise your hand. Okay, I repeat my question. To innovate, is technology the component that you need? Raise your hand if you say yes. Okay, 2. The rest say no, you don't need technology. Yeah, do I get it right? Majority says no. Okay, Mas, can you give to one of them? One of them who says no, no technology. Who says no, you don't need technology to innovate?
Who says no? Please raise your hand.
Maybe one of them wearing the green? Introduce your name, please, Ibu.
Hello, Ibu.
Yeah.
My name is Alda.
Alda.
Yeah, so in my opinion, to innovate, yeah, it can be yes, it can be no. I think we sometimes we need the technology itself, and sometimes no. It depends on the innovation that we want to innovate.
Okay, so is it necessary? Is technology necessary?
It's still necessary, but it's not the one, and it's not the the only one way to innovate.
Okay, so that, are you saying that innovation also can be done without technology?
It can be. I can yes.
Okay, thank you, Ibu.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mas. Okay, so yes, I have to say that, or we have to accept that, to innovate, you don't need technology. Okay, you still can innovate without technology. Because why? Because we are reflecting on this definition. When we say to innovate, you just discovered or you just accepted though it has existed. Okay, just to be used. That these are new. Okay, new discoveries but differ. Okay, not necessarily new. Changes to ways of using. So you may have, let's say, an example. Yeah, are you familiar with Monopoly board, the board game? Monopoly. Okay, Monopoly. Okay, I have tried, got my students to adopt from Monopoly. Okay, so I have a group of students. I say, okay, this is the Monopoly board game, which you know how to use it. Now transform it into another way of playing it. Okay, so they managed to change it to, for example, learning grammar. But the base is still Monopoly game. That is also an innovation. I don't need technology. Another group may use technology. Why? On the Monopoly board, they designed the QR code. But here, to do that, to play that, they need the phone to scan the QR code. That is with technology. Okay? So I hope you can understand that innovation, as Ibu said, yeah, not necessary to use technology. It's your ideas. Maybe your ideas of the existing game or something. Okay, so after this, we will have a look at the different types of technology. All right, do I change it? Okay, so this is what I meant by the different types of innovation. Okay, so idea. So the one that I gave, the Monopoly, is an existing game, but the idea to play Monopoly is different. That is innovation. Okay, product or technology. Okay, you may design something new using technology. That is also innovation. Okay, approach or methods. Okay, Mas, okay, you may be teaching one, but and then you want to get your students to respond. Like just earlier, we had a look at Pak Jati, got us to go to Canva Live. Okay, to get the students or to get us to respond to his questions, he got us to go to Canva Live. That is approaches or methods. That is also an innovation. Okay, and then next is strategies, and the last one, techniques or implementation of procedures. So these are what fall under what we call types of innovation. Okay. All right, just to reflect on what happened, before COVID. Okay, the use of technology before COVID, before 2020, was not encouraging. Do you all agree? I don't know, but in Malaysia, it wasn't encouraging. Okay, the use of technology wasn't encouraging. But of course, at the universities, you have to go to learning management system. That's common. Okay, that is the technology. However, since March 2020, we witnessed the dawn of Industrial Revolution 4.0. We witnessed. Why? Because from there, classes had to be online, right? Parents have to lend their phones to the children. Therefore, the children can the children can attend the online classes. parents had to go out and buy laptops.
International
So
processing.
the children can also go to online classes. So
November.
the technology boomed during pandemic. Okay, a lot of jump. Okay, compared to before that. Before that was okay. There was the use of technology, but so-so. Okay. All right. So far so good. Any question?
We are following the presentation.
Okay, following. All right, great. Okay, not moving. Not moving. Okay. All right. So here we will watch. Hopefully it is visible because the light here at the stage is on. This is less than 4 minutes video about learning, okay, about Educator 4.0. We are Educators 4.0. So let's enjoy the video. They should.
Committee, please show us the video.
Those who control, you can press enable media and then the video will run. Because I cannot run it from here.
Okay. Ibu, while waiting for the committee, I'm curious about the Education 4.0. Is it part of the revolutionary industry?
Yes.
4.0.
Yes, correct. Because Industrial Revolution 4.0 is the big picture. So under that, there are many domains. So one of them is the Educator 4.0. So we are only focusing on that Educator 4.0.
So I've heard that there's another one that is social 5.0. I believe that
I have come across that, but in Malaysia itself, 5.0 is not global yet. So it's still, crawling. But I'm not sure in Indonesia. Okay, this is a video actually. If you cannot, if you press enable media, it should play. Otherwise, you have to copy that URL link below the pyramid and paste it, and then play the video. Someone is controlling, right? Okay.
Yeah, you say that the lecturer is not only a lecturer but also a researcher.
Yeah.
And based on this presentation, it changed our paradigm that teacher or lecturer should be also innovator.
Of course. With the technology, we also have to be innovators. Yes, correct. Whether we like it or not, to stay relevant on campus, yes.
And there are a lot to innovate. The first one is ideas, and the rest are the types of the innovation.
Yes, right. Can also use the samples, the suggestions given by Pak Jati earlier. A lot of apps there. Okay. Is it playing? Okay. No audio. There should be audio. Okay, this video was designed by one of Malaysian IT guru. I'm not sure if you have heard of the name, Professor Amin MB from UKM. He designed or created this video.
Okay, the committee, you may stop the video
Yeah,
and
stop the
perhaps share the
video.
link so we can access it manually.
Yes. Okay, so thank you to the committee who are taking charge of the slide. So can we go now back to the slide? Okay, later anyone who's interested, you can get my slides and you can watch because I have prepared four videos. Okay, so but the message from here, it shows that we need our students to be active learners. Okay, they cannot be learning passively, but we need to engage them in the learning in order for them to get meaningful learning. That's the message from the video. Okay, let's see if I can move fast. Okay, so again, the same pyramid. Okay, this earlier it was the video, but here it says that why do we need to innovate in our teaching? Because we want to get the students to be 90% teach others. That means they share. Among students, they can share the information they learn together. 90% makes the learning more meaningful, okay? Compared to 10% if you give them a reading assignment or you give them only infographic. No, if possible, engage our students. Okay, okay, I'm not going into this. This is showing the major trends of education 4.0. Okay, again, this another video, and then you can watch yourself. This is about 6 minutes video. Okay, this is another video about 4 minutes also. Okay, these are, I said earlier, the possibilities, yeah? This is what I have done. Okay, this is some of them. So first, I get to get the students' involvement, I have been using Padlet, okay? So I get them to contribute in assignments or discussion, okay? So that means I engage them. Second, okay, this is another Padlet. Second, I get them to use Mentimeter. Okay, this is one example also. I also have used Quizlet, but I don't have Quizlet as a sample here. This is Kahoot. I test their understanding, okay, using Kahoot. They really enjoy it because it has the music background. If you have used it, it has music background. Okay, and then this is my colleagues. Okay, these are my colleagues and me who have involved in in the a research project. Okay, so this is using AR, audio, augmented reality, and visual reality, both to cater. Those are the students that we went to. They were in the primary school who have learning disability. Okay, and the project was aiming at enhancing their vocabulary. Okay, so from this one project, we have achieved these medals. The furthest for that same project was it last May or it was Seoul, Korea. Our project went to Korea and we got gold for that. The latest was last May in Kuala Lumpur International Exhibition. Earlier, the same project went to Sabah, also gold. So these are a few of the achievements that we have gotten from that one particular research project, and the others are only at the international level or national level. Okay, so with that, thank you so much.
Thank you for the insightful presentation, Dr. Ramiza, about the innovation, about the active learning. So, timekeeper, what we have time, 50 minutes, 30 minutes, for 30 minutes? 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes for Q&A. Okay. Yeah, before asking question to Dr. Ramiza, please mention your name, your affiliated university.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Again and again, I'm asking question. Basically, I'm so sorry for all the audiences. I'm really eager to ask you a question because this is a great presentation. To be honest with you, I'm amazed of your presentation for around 20-25 minutes.
We all amazed, Pak.
Alhamdulillah, we are all amazed. I'm just telling my experience in the process of presenting in the process of the presentation until the end. First of all, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ruslin Tenri Andi Muhammad Tang. Very long. I'm a bit Chinese. Tang, you know, basically Tang is a Chinese icon. But in Sulawesi, we also use this one. I'm from State University of Dato Karama, Islamic State University, Dato Karama Palu. Used to devastate by the liquefaction and earthquake, but alhamdulillah we are alive, alhamdulillah. And now we are growing. First of all, I would like you to tell you in the first place, before going back to my hometown Palu, personally, I'm going to invite you to come over and I'm going to handle this joint collaboration with Sultan Amai Islamic University, Gorontalo, to invite you to come over to Sulawesi. This is the introduction. And I come to the question. In Malaysia, English is taught as a second language. It is a bit different from the situation and the position of English in Indonesia. In Indonesia, English is taught as foreign language. Despite we have been occupied by the Dutch, we were occupied by Dutch for 350 years. But then we chose English as the first foreign language in Indonesia. I don't know what is the story behind. So how does this position influence the ways, experiences, approaches, as well as the attitudes, both learners and lecturers and also teachers? That's the first question. The second question, teaching with technology. Today, this is a blessing in disguise, I would say. Pandemic COVID-19 has changed remarkably the way we teach. Maybe we are not blind to technology, but then the COVID pandemic 2019 has changed the way we approach, the way we teach, and the way we engage in learning and teaching. No doubt, those who are baby boomers and also Gen X, as well as millennials, face this hardship and at the same time opportunities. So the question is, how we deal with it in order we use this technology as the opportunity instead of challenging, instead of what we call hostile. The third question, sorry, too many questions. This is because you already presented the best presentation. That's why many questions come up in my mind. And the third one, what are the most difficult challenges faced by teachers as well as lecturers today to adjust to the fast-growing technology? As Dr. Gumiwang says, in companies, the use of technology is far faster than what we have in education as well as in universities and schools. But then it is still challenging to every one of us dealing with teaching English with technology, because it is not easy. Although the age is only the count, I would say. And this is always, I suggest myself. I'm 52 years old, but I said myself, I'm millennial. Because millennial consists of two sides. Millennial in age, real age, and millennial in terms of concept. So if you are 52 years old, but your concept, your mindset is millennial, then you are millennial. But if you are millennial in age, real age, but you're not, you are not aware of the challenges and technologies challenge, then you are not millennial yourself.
Sorry for interrupting, Mr. Tang. Yeah, we got the point. Thank you
Yes.
for the questions.
So how to deal with it? And the last question, active and passive learners. In many EFL classes I came across to teach, I've been teaching 32 years now, and I came across a lot of different EFL classes. And it is very hard to find out active learners more than 15 to 30%. And the rest are, I don't know how to say, they are aware of the teaching, they are aware of seeking knowledge, but they are not able to pose their questions. They are not able to, in my class, I'm not telling anyone their class, maybe in Java, as me and Mr. Abbas says, all young millennials are here. And not in Sulawesi. Sulawesi, my age is all the ones who fill up the room. But here, mashallah, this is a sign of advance. How to deal with it? Thank you very much. And I'm sorry, moderator, too many questions. And I'm sorry, the presenter, Dr. Ramiza. Once again, before I close, I would like to invite you to come to Palu and Gorontalo, inshallah, in joint partnership to invite you as the speaker in our conference. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the question, Mr. Tang. Okay. And 4 questions, Ibu.
Okay, I try to answer. Okay, alright. Pak Rosli ya, betul ya namanya. Okay, Pak Rosli, are you married? Okay, okay. If you're one of your wives, you said 2 times, right? You got 2 wives. If one of your wives give you a present, are you happy or sad?
It depends. Which?
It's a present, anniversary present.
Which present?
Anniversary present or birthday present. Will you be happy or sad?
It depends.
What do you mean? One answer, yes or no?
Yes or no? This is very hard.
Yes.
Because I need to know what present in the first place.
You cannot choose the present, but will you be happy or will you be sad?
I will be happy then.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, take your
Thank
seat.
you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so Pak Rosli, I would say that we need humanization here, meaning that we will be happy if we get presents, right? So in order to get your students to participate or to engage, because earlier you said that they have problems to engage, right? Why do you award present to the most active students at the end of every semester? That's one way, okay? That's what we have been doing also. That's a way of encouragement. Okay, so let's say one present to the best, and then following semester you will see more students will inshallah participate. Okay. Number 2, you ask, this is what I remember from your questions because I did not write down. Number 2 is in regards to how do we cope with the many apps. You were saying that we're also struggling. Okay. Based on my experience, because I am also in the Malaysian Group Educator 4.0, I also asked this question to the presenter at that time. How do I get myself to be specialized when you are introducing so many apps? So many apps, okay? Like what Pak Jati earlier recommended us. They are good apps. They are relevant apps. We wish we want to use all of them, but we can't. We are not able because it takes time to explore every single apps or every single tool. Okay, so this is presenter. One of them is the one I showed earlier that you managed to watch without the audio, Professor Muhammad Amin MB. He was the presenter for our group, Education 4.0 Malaysia. Okay, so I am in that team. So according to him, you specialize yourself in one tool. For example, the purpose is for assessment. So specialize yourself in Kahoot, for example. You don't have to explore Quizlet. You don't have to explore Mentimeter. Only make sure that you know how to use Kahoot very well. Then you feel confident to use Kahoot, you can explore the next one, for example, Mentimeter. So that's how we develop, to specialize in ourselves. Because these tools, they have many purposes. One of them is assessment. So the next one is to, what we call, crowdfunding of our lessons, materials. So for example, for that, I use Edpuzzle. So I have my notes all on Edpuzzle. So Edpuzzle is one tool, but it has several windows. So for one, I have lesson one, for example, but there are many subtopics under that lesson one, everything under Edpuzzle. So I specialize myself in Edpuzzle before I explore the next tool. That is the advice, and it works. Because I also had the same problem like what you asked me earlier. I asked, how can I remember all the tools? There are so many tools. Okay, so for example, from Dr. Jati earlier, Pak Jati earlier, you may want to explore one tool for writing. So use that until you become expert before you go to different tool. Okay. The other two questions, I don't remember.
The third question about the most difficult part, teaching with technology.
Oh, okay. The most difficult part, if you are referring to, thank you, Mas. If you are referring to us, the lecturers, the educators, it is time, very time-consuming. But in my heart, I always say, Inshallah, I learned this for my students, and Inshallah, if I am ikhlas, honest, Allah will reward me. And then the other thing is my passion. You know, if you have the passion in teaching, you will not complain too much. Okay. Or the different generation.
The fourth question. To be honest, I also forgot the question because it was too much. Would you please mention briefly?
Sorry, Pak Rosli. the last one that we have.
Active learners and versus passive learners.
How to encourage more active learners?
That is giving the gift to the most active students.
No, the first question basically is about, in Malaysia, the position of English is the second language.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for asking. Now I can remember. Okay, to me, whether you are second language learners or foreign language learners, there's no difference. Our job is teaching. So we have to get our students to engage in learning. So learn the approaches. And now, because with the technology, we have to learn innovation. Whether you learn second language or first language or third language, foreign languages, doesn't matter. It still involves teaching and learning. Yeah, to me, there's no difference. Our aim is to get our students to engage. It is maybe in Indonesia is foreign language, but actually if you teach students in Malaysia, even though English is the second language, we also have problems to get the students, especially from those rural areas, because they are very inferiority, right? It is difficult to get them to engage. So in rural areas in Malaysia, maybe English is actually foreign language to them, because to them their dialect is the first language. Bahasa Malaysia is the second language. So English becomes a foreign language. So still, this is the way. We need to encourage, we need to participate. Okay? But as, to me, final note, yeah, as educators or as lecturers, if we still live, why don't we read? Why don't we interact with our colleagues? I'm sure, Mas, you don't mind to interact with your colleagues, exchange your ideas. There's nothing to be selfish about knowledge because it doesn't belong to us. So interact with colleagues, exchange. That's the best. Okay, inshallah, I hope I have benefited the session, from the session. Thank you.
Thank you for the answer and thank you for the question. But perhaps one more short questions. Oh, okay, time's up. Okay, that's our timekeeper. Yeah. All good things must come to an end, and I'm afraid that I need to close the session. Things to keep in mind that we, as a lecturer, as a teacher, and also we should be a researcher and innovator. We also need to provide active learning atmosphere for our students, and also as a human, we need to be a lifelong, endless learner. Thank you for your active participation, offline and online participant. Thank you so much to our beloved guest, our tech chair, Ramiza Darmi, for your insightful sharing to us. We are indeed pleased to have you here, and may the silaturahmi goes on forever. And also with Mr. Tang. The last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the Dr. Ramiza and Mr. Agil. And we would like to kindly reminder, we invited the name Yohanes, Hasbi, Hendro, Sabriandi, Annie, and Laaba for coming to the community on the stage to get the room presentations for parallel sessions. So once again, I would like to invite the name Yohanes, Hasbi, Hendro, Sabriandi, Annie, and Laaba for coming to the community on the stage to get the room presentations. Okay, thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, Bapak Ibu, the following agenda, we would like to call the last speakers from UIN Sunan Ampel Surabaya, Dr. Irma Soraya MPD, and the next agenda, Ibu Alda Dea Delvina MT Sol will lead the sessions. So please welcome Mem Irma and Mem Alda.
Well, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, I need your energy, guys, because it is in the afternoon, okay? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Okay,
wabarakatuh.
the Sunnah of Rasul, one more. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this conference, the third ICONELT. And we will have the last but not the least, the brilliant, outstanding woman beside me. It is the last speaker for today. She is Bu Dr. Irma Soraya. And I'm Alda Dea Delvina. I will be the moderator of this session. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for today, we will have a very interesting topic. And Bu Dr. Irma will talk about revealing value education within the Indonesia's in-country popular Islamic sophistic chant, Syair Tanpa Waton. But before having this interesting presentation, I would like to introduce you about her achievement and her brilliant performance. Bu Dr. Irma Soraya, she is an associate professor in English Language Education Department, Faculty of Tarbiyah, and teacher training UIN Sunan Ampel Surabaya. She has given numerous plenary presentations at regional and international conferences. Currently, Bu Irma is the head of Business Center of UIN Sunan Ampel, Surabaya. She is also an English master trainer for lesson planning and media development. Her publication includes Teachers' Motivational Strategies and the Awakening of Gender-Related Differences and the Implementation of Teachers' Motivational Strategies in EFL Classrooms. How? Very brilliant achievement. Okay, Bu Irma, how are you today?
I'm fine.
Fine. Okay, thank you, Bu Irma. Okay, so are you ready for today's presentation, Bu Irma?
I think so, sure for that.
Okay, so it is a very interesting topic. So everyone, do you know about Syair Tanpa Waton? It is the song from Gus Dur, ya? Okay. Is there anyone knowing about this song? Can you raise your hand? No.
Yeah, I
Oh
think
my God.
our previous presenter said about give, yeah, or present. So I will give it for you if you
Okay.
can recite one
Yep.
one sentence of that.
Okay. So before having the presentation of Bu Irma, Bu Irma has prepared a song for you to listen. It is the song of Syair Tanpa Waton, and there is one gift for you if you can answer the question from Dr. Irma. Okay, probably Bu Irma, I can help you to. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Actually, the question is already answered by Miss Alda, but it's okay. Anyone who can recite one, what is it? One lyric, yeah. What rhyme?
One line, okay.
Okay, one line. So I give you a special gift for me.
Oh, okay, okay. So who wants to sing one line only? Do you have? They will Google it now. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. It's the
No, it's
innovation, yeah. It's the creativity. That's all right. So anyone want to sing a song? One line only.
This one is just a
Okay.
trigger like this one, Miss
Just
Alda.
yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Then you know.
Have you ever heard that?
Yeah. Okay. So wants to be brave, who are brave to sing the song, one line only? Or read it? Yes? Oh, okay. And the gift will be for Miss Irma, yeah?
That will be different.
Okay, so Bu Irma, it's your time to choose someone maybe, or?
Okay, anyone? What Titis?
Oh, okay, there is a singer here, right?
Okay. No, you don't have to sing, yeah?
No, yeah,
This song,
okay.
just
Just
it
read.
one, or one, what is
One
it?
line.
One word from this.
Oh, okay, Mr. Agil, raise the hand. Okay, I will come to you, don't worry.
I would like to try, Miss. I remember the line kafire dewe gak dikatekne. Is it a part of the song?
Okay, that's great. Yeah,
Thank you.
one of them I said that. Okay, this is yeah, Miss Alda. A special gift for me.
Okay. Wow, there's a gift for you, Mr. Agil. Give applause to Mr. Agil. Thank you, Bu Irma.
Thank you, my most beloved and most beautiful advisor. She was my advisor.
Okay, thank you. Wow, okay. So, we will continue the next panel session. Yeah, okay. And Bu Irma will talk about revealing value education with the Indonesia's in-country popular Islamic sophistic chant, Syair Tanpa Waton. So please welcome Dr. Irma Soraya, MPD. The time is yours.
I don't No, I think I don't need this one. It's too hard, or me, it's too short. Well, it's okay. Anyone sit there? Can you open this slide? Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable Director of UINSA, and also the Dean, Vice Dean, Head of Department, and also all the audiences here and also in the Zoom, especially Kiai Nizam, who would be here in the Zoom. So because she is someone who recite and create this syair. Right. Okay. Right. Yes. This is the title that already read by Miss Alda. Next slide. Yeah, next slide is already done. Okay. Yeah. Next slide. All right. Yes. We will talk about the background of syair tanpa waton, or I will say S, T, and W. Yeah. Bapak, Ibu, and all the audiences. You know, it is a series of chants, yeah, syair. I don't know, I can say that it's kind of chants, yeah. How to spell it, how to pronounce it? I think a chant, is it? And with the 14 verses, 14, yeah, 14 bait. Then the chant is written in Kawi language or Javanese language, yeah. For your information, syair tanpa waton is often played in mosque, and then a big or small mosque, especially in East Java. Maybe Bu never heard this, yeah, but you will know who sing this syair. And then almost every people can hear this in the afternoon, or those chants especially before prayer in mosque. And then it leads to a thought from my personal point that it's feel that Allah has something to convey through the phenomena which is occur continuously day by day. Yeah. And then it must be something with a positive meaning goes through the phenomena. For your information, Bapak Ibu, syair tanpa waton becomes an icon and connect with Gus Dur. You see that? Yeah, Kiai Haji Abdul Rahman Wahid as a great figure and considered as waliullah, isn't it? And also, she is the 5th president of Indonesia. Definitely, there are good means and positive meaning that is contained so many things to convey with positive things and attributed to extraordinary people. Next slide. Okay. No point. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, I'm Irma, and some of you are my students. So my background is education. I do not have a deep exploration about Islam and religion. So in education, we cannot separate from values. You see that? Values are managed into some form, inserted in various things, including Islamic Sufistic, literary work, and one of them is syair tanpa waton. This has something to do with human character, good attitude, good values, or other terms. As Nabiullah said, Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that, Ya aba ummata inna minal mu'minina man yanulil qalbu. I'm sorry for my mistakes. Meaning that among one faith is gentle behavior toward him as a prophet. Thank you. A series of these chants, 14 verses, as a form of Islamic Sufistic literary work certainly have values through the word and language used conveyed to the listener, dealing with the good things or good values. Right. Now let's get closer to Syair Tanpa Waton. It is authored by Kiai Nizam As-Sofa, or we can call Gus Nizam, the founder of Ahlus Sofa wal Wafa, and it has in total 14 verses. You know that the writer and also the singer is Gus Nizam, not Gus Dur. But we know it's popular with Gus Dur, sounds, right? And then let's get to know beyond the chants over there. Yeah, and I will play it after this. Yes, here, beliau. Yeah, here is Gus Nizam. He is anyone who knows or familiar with this? I'm not sure. Yeah, Gus was more popular with than him. He is the founder of Ahlus Sofa wal Wafa. It is Islamic boarding school of Tariqah. You know, Islamic boarding school of Tariqah concerned on managing the heart and how to behave well in daily life, here in the world, and hereafter. These days, Sufism actually, yeah, it's talking about Tariqah and all the things related with Sufism. See, Kiai Nizam, he is a supervising teacher for Naqsabandiyah Khalidiyah congregation, which is located in his residence, precisely at the Darul Sofa wal Wafa Islamic boarding school, embankment in village Wonoayu, Prian, Sidoarjo. It's not so far from here. He also holds regular Sufism recitation every Wednesday night, which is attended by male and female congregations. Kiai Nizam and the voice and creator of Syair Tanpa Waton is a figure of Kiai Tariqah who has an extraordinary art soul. His pondok, Ahlus Sofa wal Wafa Islamic boarding school of Tariqah, which has almost touching a number of 20,000 jamaah, which is spread all over Indonesia in some countries, and some other in Malaysia as well. The creation of the Syair definitely was not far from the field of Sufism, taught by him, and is a discussion that has meaning, values, or moral education which the creator would like to deliver, where a lot of study about how to manage your heart and also behavior positively. I'm someone who work in the field of education and always listen to the burn of Syair Tanpa Waton from many mouths, yeah, especially in the evening. Move to experience detail the value that was subjected in Syair Tanpa Waton. Well, okay, Bapak Ibu, we have talked about two kinds of context or perspective before coming to Syair Tanpa Waton. Well, I will say that my ideas actually is a light or a simple ideas, but we will learn much more deep or detail if we are concerned on this syair, ya. Ya, tampaknya sederhana materi saya ya, so I'm sorry, but it dealing with us, our mind and our behavior and also our heart, how to manage our heart. These two deal with value from their own perspective where we are talking about national education. You know that from national perspective there is what we call character building values. Yeah, almost all of you, because you are from education department, then you should know that we have 18 values character building. Bu Rahma something always say about that when we teach PPL, right? Ya, yang sudah di kelas PPL pasti sudah sangat familiar dengan 18 character building values. Right? This is the list from 18 character building values, and below is the 3 things from Islamic perspective or Sufism. Taubat or repentance, istiqomah, steadfastness, and then taqwa or pity. So what I did in analyzing the value of character building in Syair Tanpa Waton and see its connection from Islamic Sufism, and this case the value of the two contexts, national and Islam, with their own values involved to our study. Yeah, this is what I did, reviewing the chance, doing transliteration, reviewing the result of transliteration, use it for instruments, and doing analyzing and interview the Khalifah or Guru Mursyid from Ahlus Safa wal Wafa. And you know that Guru Mursyid or Mursyid are the one who knows about Islamic Sufistic values, which become the basic used by Kiai Nizam in creating the chants. What I found in 14 verses of Syair Tanpa Waton, I found there are 11 of them through the 14 verses of Syair Tanpa Waton. Those 11 values are in line with Islamic Sufistic values in Islam dimension, which is include the 3 things that I told before, taubat, and then istiqomah, and also taqwa. This is what I did, and then we will listen first what is or Syair Tanpa Waton. Miss Ada, would you please do? Yeah. I have already translated into English and also bahasa. This one. You may read the translation, English translation, yeah?
Akeh kang apal Quran hadis seneng ngafirke kafire dewe dak digatekke yen isih kotor ati akale yen isih kotor ati akale gampang kabujuk nafsu angkara ing pepaesi kepyare donya iri lan meri sukiye tangga mula atine peteng lan nesta mula
This is the 18 value. Okay, that's it. That's all what I did through this Syair Tanpa Waton. For me, it's a very valuable because it's dealing with our daily life. That's all. Thank you. Well, I think I have one question. But okay, after this. Okay, thank you.
Okay, give applause to Bu Irma for the very insightful presentation. Thank you, Bu Irma. Okay, now we are coming to the next agenda is about question and answer. And Bu Irma will also give one question for you and another gift, I think. Okay. Okay, so there will be one question and another gift. So which one do you want first, ma'am? You want to get the question first or give the question first?
I think I will give a question.
Okay.
Okay. Can you state 7 of the 11 founded values from 14 verses?
Okay, mention 7 values from the 18 values that have mentioned in the presentations. So, who still remember about the values, the 7 values?
If it is too much, so you may say mention 5 of them. It's okay.
Yeah, 5 is all right. Okay. Don't bargain again, ya. Okay, or me myself will try to answer. Okay. Okay, come on everyone. So there are several values that you can get from this Syair Tanpa Waton. I believe that many of Indonesian students know about that. Oh, but Bu Ramiza will try to answer. Oh, give applause to Bu Ramiza. Okay. Okay. That's all right.
Okay. Love, respect, understanding, cooperation. Taubah is the tree, the other one on top. Okay. I remember Taubah, but Taubah is one of the tree at the bottom.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
How about it's one of Islamic dimension?
Yes.
Not
So
the-
one more.
But it's okay.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay.
Accepted.
Well, okay. Thank you.
Wow, okay, give applause again to Bu Ramiza. And Bu Ramiza, you will get a gift from Bu Irma. Okay. Wow, congratulations Bu Ramiza. Okay. Wow. Okay, so in this presentation, Bu Irma tried to connect the Syair Tanpa Waton with the character building, okay, nationally and Sufism, in Sufism, ya Bu Irma. And yeah, is there any questions? Yeah. Oh, okay, Bu Ramiza again. Yep, sure. Bu Ramiza becomes so very active.
Participant. Okay, thank you, Ibu. Okay, Ibu Irma. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay, Ibu Irma, I'm just curious because the original lyric is in Old Java. So may I know if you know Old Java, or did you get someone else to translate to English as well as the Malay version? Because if you manage to translate yourself, maybe this should be patterned. You should secure the translated lyric. Okay, thank you, Ibu Irma.
Thank you, Bu Ramiza. Okay, Bu Irma, do you want to answer first or we have another questions? Okay, so maybe Bu Irma will answer first.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Bu Riamisa. Of course, if I translate by myself, there will be any repentance, right? I come to their boarding school, discuss with the some Khalifah. Means Khalifah is a person who come together with the murshid there and discuss it, the meaning. Is it right, on the track, or not? We have discussed it for 2 days to translate that. Only to translate that, because it's not just translating, but the meaning inside. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Promote this. Thank you, Bu. Because not many people know understand the old Java. So maybe it should, you know, the syair in Bahasa Melayu we call it syair. Yes, syair. Okay, should be also in Malay or in English, so it can go global. Because the message is beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bramiza.
I will.
Okay, wow, great questions, yeah. Okay, thank you, Bu Ramiza. Okay, we will have another question, but before that, how long we still have? Okay, it's about 20 minutes. That's okay. 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 Is there any questions? Okay, while waiting for the question, so Bu Irma, it's very interesting, yeah. Usually people use English song or Indonesian song, and you are choosing the old Java song, and it's Islamic song. It's actually it's heart touching song actually. So if we bring it to the school, so in your opinion, do we need to play the song, or how to build the character to the students?
Well, okay, thank you, Ms. Arda. I don't think if I bring this song into the school and they don't know the language, but that will be better. We discuss it, the shi'ir itself, and discussing how first it could be how to translate, and then talking about the content, the meaning of the shi'ir, and then we talk about the character. It depends on the level of the school, of course. If we talk about those shi'ir and talking about the values, character value with all the students in English education department, of course we talk about the educational values, related to those shi'ir.
Yeah, because nowadays character building is very important, yeah? Having a good character is very important, not only knowledge, right?
Actually, why I did this, because almost every evening when we are going to do, or Adhan Maghrib will come, almost many more in mosques in especially in East Java, playing this shi'ir
in Indonesia, yeah.
in Japanese.
In Java only,
in Japanese,
okay.
yeah. I don't know, some other people just listen, but I think why it always play it and play it again. There will be something out there.
Yeah,
I thought that.
Yeah, that's true. Yep, Bu Ramiza?
Okay. Maybe you, if you want to promote in school, you can retain the old Java, because this is to preserve the language. Okay, we don't want the language to extinct. Only that you come up with a video. So one lyric and then point to one video. At least there's a visual and audio, and then this is also a way to attract children to memorize the song, the shi'ir, even though in the old language, old Java. We want
then
to
they will
preserve.
know the Japanese as well.
That's right. We want to preserve the language.
Okay, that's a good idea. Thank you.
That's a good idea. Okay. Maybe I would like to ask Pas Roslin from Palu, right? Okay, Pas Roslin, have you ever heard about this song before?
Well, I think Pak Rusli always asking many questions.
Yeah, okay, Pak Rusli.
It's good to give Pak Rusli a gift, of course.
Thank you very much indeed. Honestly, I feel a bit shy to ask you question again and again, because sometimes we don't like our students dominated, and now a bit kind
but
of.
It's okay, brother.
But I'm really interested in chanting, because the time that you switch on the videos, I'm really amazed. Just like it came to my heart. And now Islamic University is promoting religious moderation. And I think this is the best way to promote religious moderation. Why don't we translate into Buginese, for example? I'm ready to be a part of your core if you translate into Buginese and Kailinese, because I speak 3 local languages in Palu.
Wow.
I speak Tolinese, I speak Kailinese, and I'm Buginese, so of course I speak Buginese. So why don't we translate into this many languages in Indonesia, more than 500 languages. We are rich of local language. And this is, the values inside, it's amazing. And this is the way to promote religious moderation, where today we are living in a time, there is no border, there is no longer border in terms of knowledge dissemination. And I'm afraid if we don't promote this, Bu Doctor, the other way of promoting religious education, the other way of promoting religion, which is like sending wrong messages, as Gus Dur mentioned about, we are feeling that we are very faithful, but we are not able to act upon it. And this is, this is not a good way of disseminating this kind of thing. If we don't promote this, the other way around to be promoted. So I'm afraid. So I'm ready to be your core to translate into these 3 languages, inshallah.
My pleasure, Pak.
And maybe a friend of mine from Gorontalo as well would be taking a part, because he can speak Gorontalo. So this would be, promoted not only in Java, old Javanese language, but also other languages in Sulawesi. In Sulawesi alone, especially in Palu, we have so many dialects that is still developed until today. So why don't we use these opportunities? Thank you very much, and
Thank you,
good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for inspiring me and ignite my curiosity to learn chanting. I still believe in you. Maybe I still believe in you.
Thank you, Pak. This is a special gift for you, Pak.
Okay, wow.
There is
Bu
a special
Irma
gift
has
for you.
prepared this one. Okay, actually, the chief of the third ICONET also wants to give you appreciation for this. But that's all right. Okay, wow. Give applause again for Pak Rusli as the very active participants in this ICONELT, yeah? Okay, well, we still have time, I think, Bu Irma. So, is there any more questions or suggestion? Pak Ruslan, Pak Rusli, sorry, yeah, are ready to be your co-interpreter for this song.
It's not just I think that's partner, good partner,
Okay.
best partner.
Yeah, wow. It will be a great collaboration then, yeah? Okay. Well, is there any more questions? Yep. Okay. I believe many of us have always have ever used song to teach, to to get the value, but yeah, it's one of the heart-touching song, because when I heard about this song, it makes me cry actually when we know the meaning. That's why probably that's why Pak Rusli wants to translate it too, because it needs to be heard by all of the people, not only in Indonesia, I think, but probably in the world.
Yeah, well, I think what Pak Rusli said, that it's not just how the way we song, but we need to know the content,
Yep.
the meaning of the song itself, and
That's true.
there is so many values there.
Okay.
That's a good media. I think the song to be taught in every level of the school.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, is there any
Miss
question
Aga.
from Zoom? The online one? Is there any question? Oh yeah, there is
But
one
Alda,
person
can I have the
raising hand.
question, But Alda?
Afan, eh? Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Afan, you can ask the
Okay.
question. Can you make it louder?
Okay, can you hear my voice? Okay, thank you then. So I think, yeah, the sophistic value or Islamic value is really important, specifically for the Indonesian student, because yeah, all of us have most of our students are the Muslim, right? So I think it is really, it's also part of the what's that responsibility for the school to instill that value to the student. And then the question maybe for me, maybe who Irma or Balga has experience, how we instill those values, specifically the character building that's been mentioned by Bu Irma, into the language learning classroom, how to instill that or how to integrate that with our language learning. Yeah, with our language learning.
Yep.
Okay,
Great.
thank you very much. That's my question, Irma. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Afan. That's a great question. It's also my question previously, Virma. So how to, what is it, how to educate or to build the character in school? Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Afan. Yeah, this is one of my great students. Yeah, as we know that character is not just saying to be said, yeah, but it could be act. So we need a model. How to do that? Our students need to know what it exactly, how to do that. It's not just teaching, but how to make them familiar with those character by seeing the model, of course. You know, in PPL or what is it, teaching practice class, I and Bu Rahma also said that karakter itu tidak hanya diajarkan, tetapi dibiasakan. Yeah, means that every teaching, those kind of character, for example, cooperation, doing things, cooperation. So, in what way we need to do that? Yeah. Why? Not just asking students do it cooperatively. Not just asking like that, but why? We need to give them the reason why we did that. Things like that. Yeah. And we will also doing the same thing day by day in every what is subject, we can say in every subject, but in one character. For example, in some school in Surabaya said that to apply the one character should be membiasakannya itu bisa sampai one semester, ya. Jadi karakter is not just teaching and asking students to do this, to do that. That's it.
It's not instant process, yeah. We need time to build the character. Okay, thank you, Mr. Afan. Do you still have more questions? Do you get the point?
That's enough, Alda. Thank you very much then.
Okay, thank you. Is there more questions from online participants? Or offline participants? Oh, okay, we have one question. Oh, it looks that the discussion is interesting. We have many questions.
Okay, thank you for your chance. I'm not giving the question actually. I just want to share something. But before I want to, what is that? Say something. Well, something that I remember about si Irma. Have you ever heard this? Alala tanalul ilma illa bisitatin. Have you ever heard? Maybe it's not common in here, but in Jombang, I come from Jombang. Many school, since I was in elementary until now, they still learn it. So every students have to remember those lyrics. And also another lyric, the syair, Ilahi las tulil firdau si ahla. Alright. Whenever I heard the syair, sometimes I cry. The first time I remember it, it was in elementary school. But I know the meaning of it when I studied in senior high school. So I think it would be better if, since we are child, we remember those kind of syair, including what is that? Syair from Gus Nizam, yeah.
Syair tanpa waton.
Although it is difficult for children to understand the meaning, but if they remember it, sometimes when they know and understand the meaning, it will touch their heart. And it happened to me. So whenever I listen to those kind of syair, I realize that I have to think of it, the deep meaning of it. And I need to use it as a reflection to, what is that? To remind me about the character that I have to have in life. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What's your name, Ibu?
Laila Tusada.
Okay, from Jombang, Ibu. Okay, thank you, Bu Laila. Okay, so it's very great sharing about about another chance, another civic chance. Okay, we still have several minutes left. It's very interesting, I think, Bu Irma. So many people want to discuss about this. So your research about this, it comes from the song that always played every time, every Maghrib time, Is it true?
Well, I think it's not just when Maghrib comes, but sometimes I heard that in Subuh or Duhur. Especially in the village, they did it. But in some other places in Sidoarjo as well, I heard that. Then what I did in my research actually is not just knowing the value or the relationship, or is there any correlation between the value of Indonesian character, 18 Indonesian character, and also the values of syair tanpa waton. But I need to know the action of the part of the person who joined with that pondok. I mean, anyone who learned about Sufism in his Ahlus Sofa wal Wafa, then how they behave. Is there any what is it? I don't know how to say that. If 18 or 11 character, it's implemented well in each person of the every person in Pondok Ahlus Sofa wal Wafa. My research still going, so I need to know so far after that. But I think everyone can do the same thing, doing this research, because for me it's quite interesting to be done. We can see from many perspectives, not just from education, but also in linguistic as well, if you need, or also in language. Okay, that's, I think.
Okay, thank you, Irma. Okay, is there more questions or probably sharing, or for the next research probably? No? Is there anyone? Okay. Well, I think, I think enough. We have discussed a lot. Now, I would like to conclude this discussion. I would like to quote it from Mrs. Irma's research. She said that Tanpa Waton is not only an Islamic or sophisticated literary work about Islam, but it contains more than a half of character building values from national education point of views. And I highlighted from Dr. Irma that building the characters of students is not an instant process. Although we are living in country that majority are Muslims, we need to build it day by day. And we may not be bored to always remind our students or ourselves that there are a lot of values that we can learn from Islamic chants or Islamic things that can be strengthen our Islamic values. Okay, that's all our presentation, Ms. Irma's presentation today. Thank you for your participation. Please give big applause to Dr. Irma Soraya, MPD. Thank you, Bu Irma.
Thank you, Miss Alda. Thank you, everyone.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I give back to the MC.
All right, thank you very much for the rich presentations from Dr. Irma Soraya, MPD. Dr. Irma Soraya from UIN Sunan Ampel, Surabaya, and Ma'am Alda Dea, MT Sol, for moderating this session. Continue to the next agenda. We will have lunch time. It's around 45 minutes. Then we will have a coffee break, around 15 minutes in the third floor. And then continue to the next agenda is parallel session. Please, two participants can join the online parallel sessions via Zoom that the community have shared in the WhatsApp group. And then for the offline parallel session participants, please come to the 8th floor postgraduate building. All right, everyone, enjoy the event. I'm Aliyah Nabila as representative of the community members. Would like to say thank you. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you.